me at the corner of Russell and Albina, just about a block from Mississippi Avenue. I'll take you to a house where they hang carpets on the wall, and if we go there on a Sunday, there's a song I'll take you through.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Open Mic America. Tonight, we have our show engineer, TK Tran, our interviewer, Rich Fassler, and I will be your host tonight, Laura P.L. Bordowitz. It is a pleasure to be with you all this evening. As you might be familiar with, Open Mic America's mission is to support your local open mics, and it is our pleasure to present the more accomplished singer-songwriters who play at those events. Without gimmicks or frills, this right here is the beating heart of American music, that tapestry of story and song that has been weaving us together for generations. We have 6 different states represented among our performers tonight, and they are going to be M. Joy from Alameda, California. Go ahead and wave when I say your name. Wade Worthington from Portland, Oregon. Joseph Isaacs from Columbia, Maryland. Paul Hebert from San Jose, California. The Hewitt Family Band from Brookhaven, Mississippi. According to Bazooka by Davis, California. And Eric Ackerman from Brainbridge Island, Washington. It's going to be a great lineup tonight, so we're just going to go ahead and jump right in. Is everybody ready to go? First up on the mic is going to be M. Joy, who commonly plays at the Quaron Palooza monthly live stream, which benefits the Bay Area Cancer Connections. Link will be in the YouTube chat. Take it away.
Thank you so much for having me. So grateful for being here. I'm going to kick it off with a song called The Spark. I released this in 2018, and it just continuously feels timely to me. So here's The Spark. Something else just caught my eye. Think I may have found some life on another planet, or on another planet, but no one's ever asked me why. I'm thinking I could probably die on another planet, or on another planet, but how great would it be? Joyous, happy, free. Ooh. Friends will come and friends will go. My grieving you will never know. On the other planet, on the other planet, I'm looking just to get my fix. I'm broken until proven fixed. On the other planet, will it fix me? And how could I believe it's good enough to be right here with me? And it's weird to hear the news. Do they still write the blues? Ooh. Something's really got to give. I'm guessing we'll all probably live on the other planet, on the other planet, working just to get my fix. Broken until proven fixed. On the other planet, it'll fix me. We've come so far just to say, escape, escape, escape. But why don't you let it light the spark. Oh, 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 it'll fix me. Oh, 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 it'll fix me. Oh, 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 it'll fix me. Oh, oh, how could I believe it's joyous, happy, free? Ooh.
Yeah.
Cool, very nice. Nice song.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, I mentioned 2018. That was the last time I had released something up until January of this year, where I came out with my first single for a while, to sort of pop the seal on that. This is called Womansplain. It is available everywhere, and there is a lyric video that I can drop in the chat if that's okay once I'm done playing. But yeah, would love to share this with you all. Okay, sorry, I was like, which chord? Here we go. Okay. Shut your mouth, you're a copycat. You know you're not the first one to think of that. It's over. No more talking over. Grown woman, dear, I don't need the crap. My love ropes you wrong, you go on the attack. It's over. All the abuse is over. I'm throwing in a towel on your rage. Why don't you try what I do? What's the page? Nobody likes the victim, what they say. You don't want to get canceled, you're afraid. Let the woman's plain, you're the one causing pain. Are you ready for exposure? Get out of my way. Let the woman's plain, never do that again. Conversation over, nothing left to say. Behind the screen with your avatar, you draw me on the net from afar. I'm so over it, don't wanna be pushed over. Gaslights are bright in my atmosphere. You wanna dump on me when there's therapist here to closure. No, you can't come over. I'm throwing in a towel on your rage. Why don't you take what I advise or say? I'm making something new in my landscape, and parts of you want out of toxic cages. Let the woman's plain, you're the one causing pain. Are you ready for exposure? Get out of the way. Let the woman's plain, never do that again. Conversation over, nothing left to say. Oh, 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 throwing in a towel on your cross. It's not mine to bear, your choice, your thoughts. You're scared to be embarrassed on some stage, but I have my autonomy at stake. The woman's plain, you're the one causing pain. Are you ready for exposure? Get out of the way. Let the woman's plain, never do that again. Conversation over, nothing left to say. Whoa, Thank you.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Love it.
Had me
Oh, thank you so
dancing.
much.
All right. Hey, MJ, great to see you again. I know I've interviewed you at least one. It may have even been twice, and you're the first of our island performers. You still live on Alameda, right?
I do, yes.
All right. Oh, yeah, it's very important. Not a lot of people get to live on islands.
Yes.
So I've got to bring up the first song. I want to bring up Women's Plain in a minute, but the first song you did was such a nice mellow song, which I don't think I've ever heard you do a nice mellow song like that. So because when I see you on the list, I know it's going to be a rocker. I know it's going to it's going to be moving. Okay, so is this something you've always kind of songs you've always written but I just haven't heard, or is it a new direction or what?
Oh my gosh, no, that's a great question. I ultimately consider myself like an indie singer-songwriter pop rock artist. And I like that title because it does give me a lot of dominion and options. That one is special. You're totally right to tap into that. There's not a whole lot of other work or songs I've written that is like that. It's one of the reasons why I really like that song. I don't still play too many songs from my 2018 release still, but that one stays in the mix a lot because it's different. I think it's refreshing, and it talks about this obsession with other planets when all I want to do is focus on what we can do to heal here. So,
Right. No, it's great. It's a great song.
Oh, thank you.
So on to Woman's Plain. I noticed, in my research here, I think you posted something on Facebook, and the interesting thing is that if you type in mansplain, it's no big deal, but you type in woman's plain, and it's like, what is this word?
Oh yeah.
What's
Right.
I thought that was kind of interesting. So that song is your type of song. It's a real rocker. So tell us a little bit about that song. What's the message there? How did that song come about?
Oh my gosh. You know what? There's like I'm struggling to figure out what version to share on this platform, but essentially at its core, right? I'm covering a lot of topics that are timely right now. Have always been timely, really. That are parts of ongoing conversations, right? That I wanted to drive it home really in the bridge. Like, hey, I have my autonomy at stake, and I'm speaking for a lot of people in that instance. Whoever resonates with that, no matter how they identify, like, I want this song to be anthemic for them, to be a boost of like a sense of empowerment. I got into it with a close person to me in my life. And we were talking about politics, and it was like before COVID hit, and we were ironing out where we stood on things, and I was told to not womansplain. Like it felt very hurtful coming from this person, and they since apologized. So I also want to say that. But the fact that it was used in like a reactionary way, I was just like, oh, that's fascinating. That hurt my feelings. I'll be using it in a song now.
Yeah, right.
And I'll be promoting it everywhere I go now because it was used on me, but I'm trying to make it into something positive. And
Gotcha.
to make a point, right? The song has a point of view, and it's important for me to share it. So I am just grateful to everyone here for listening.
No, listen. Hey, I think really great song. Not only that, congratulations, because on the site All Songs Considered, I saw that you made the list on Spotify.
Yeah, thank you.
Not a small feat, right? How did you do anything special? I'm always curious about that. I mean, the song's a great song. I see why it's on there, but I mean, there are a lot of great songs. So How did you get on that list?
Honestly, I found out about Submit Hub, and I've allocated some time, energy, and money aside to learn how to use Submit Hub. So truly anyone can, which is great. It's just a matter of, okay, like understanding what genre is this song? What's the energy behind it? Who do I want hearing it? I will say using Submit Hub is a major exercise in receiving rejection and thickening that skin. So I'm in sales also too for this reason, just an Olympic constant training and like how the rejection that you face in the music world, right? I just want to thicken that skin. So when I'm in the right mindset, I think, okay, let me go on to Submit Hub. I want to get a ton of no's because it's just like the more no's I can endure, then the next yes is coming. And really, I like the story. I like the story that it develops in like seeking out a yes, because there's a ton of stuff that happens between now and the yes, whatever that looks like, So I just want listeners that would enjoy my songs to enjoy and enjoy. I just want people to have the opportunity to hear it. And so since I don't have like backing from any big money entity, then I just have to do it myself, and that's fine.
No, good for you. And it seems to be paying off. So
thank you.
Yeah, great for you. Well, listen, it's great seeing you again. And look forward to having you come back on and rocking us out.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for having me. It is always a blast. I appreciate
All right. Take care. All
Yeah,
right.
let's give it up for M Joy. Great interview, Rich. I think this is going to be a good show. We got really great performances, good talking afterwards right off the bat. It makes me excited to hear what's coming next. And who is it? It's Wade Worthington from Portland, Oregon, whose favorite open mic is the Songwriters Soiree in Portland, Oregon. It's all yours, Wade.
Yeah, hi. Those were great songs, Enjoy. And I'm going to start this one off. It's called Magic Stew. It was you. You stirred my soul into the stew. With some cuisine, yeah, I never knew. Funny how my dreams came true. It's magic that you do. Well, I know these days ain't perfect, but I know that's just life's avenue. Please understand, I'm here for you. To scratch your back and draw pictures to try to make your dreams come true like it did for me. I'll do magic just for you. I'll play a song for you. They just go on. If with you I'm being short, no, my love is long. A magic stew needs a magic wand, stirring up the sparks. Elation, join me to the great beyond. Magic stew, turn on, 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 on. Ba-bum, bum, bum, bum. Thank you.
Tune.
Yeah.
Good one, Wade.
Yeah, thanks. And this is my latest song I'm going to do. It's called Riverman. It's autobiographical from decades back. Okay. The river wants to take you to another land. The river will forsake you, so let me help you understand how the law of the river is the law of your riverman. Da 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 dum. You met him on the island. He charmed the pants off you. But last night I heard you crying, a thing that love will do. You see, the law of the river is the law of your riverman. Da 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 dun 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 da da dum. I, riverman, his photo in your drawer. Riverman has left you wanting more. Did you make big plans? Did you fail to follow through? You brought me flowers to my work today, and a picture that you drew. It put joy into my heart, I'll say, but can it all be true? I know the law of the river, the law of your riverman. Da 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 dun 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 da da dum. I, riverman, who lives down on the island. I, riverman, for him you will be trying. For him you will be crying from now on. For your riverman is the law of your riverman. Da 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 da, yeah, your riverman is the law of your riverman. Da 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 dun 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 da da dum. I, riverman.
All right.
Ah, yeah.
Doing. Wade. All right. Wade, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. A little nervous.
Nothing to be nervous about. I just checked. You've actually been on Open Mic America a few times, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, so listen, I try to find out whenever I'm doing the interviewing, I try to find out a little bit about people.
Okay.
And you don't have much of a footprint on the internet. You're not on witness protection program, are you? I just checking here, just to make sure. So, hey, let me ask you a question though. Years ago, did you used to be in a rock band?
Yeah, a few of
Faith
them. Yeah.
No Man? Were you in Faith No Man?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking on you. just. So back then you played keyboard, right?
Yeah, and I still do. I've got one here and there and everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And okay, just kind of interesting. Just know a little bit about you. So
Yeah, that was like 40 years ago.
well, hey, listen, who's counting, right? Not that I was alive then. Oh, of course I was. Sorry, couldn't help myself.
Yeah.
So especially with that first song, you've got kind of this laid back kind of style,
Uh-huh.
right? And it's it almost could fit into. I mean, I listen to alternative rock a lot. It almost could fit into one of those playlists. Um, it, so where did you get your influence? You in you in a rock band, 40 years ago. But now, where do what kind of music do you listen to that kind of affects the music that you write?
Well, I'd say classic rock, from the Beatles to Bowie to the Stones, even some of the folk rock, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, Joni Mitchell. Going into the 80s, I would say the Smiths.
Sure.
Later, Belle and Sebastian. Then I also went through a phase where I was really into the blues. I think the whole decade of the 90s, I was into playing Hammond B3 in a blues band. That was a lot of fun.
Is that a lot of fun moving that around from gig to gig?
Yeah, it was an actual, it was a B2, and I had a van and I had ramps and coffin dollies that I could put on the sides of them. And I moved that every week, and I had it down to a science. It wasn't a problem.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. But you've got to admit, it's a lot easier moving the guitar now.
Yeah, well, sure. Yeah.
Interesting. So how long have you been writing songs? I mean, were you writing songs, way back when in your rock era?
The first rock band I was in was like a mod band, and we used to play in the clubs in San Francisco, and even got a show once opening up for the Dead Kennedys. And
wow, really?
They didn't like us because we were wearing suits and ties, but yeah. So back then I wasn't writing, but then I started in the next one, which was the one you mentioned, Faith No Man, and I went through a phase where I was like into the post-punk influences like Echo and the Bunnymen, Psychedelic Furs, all kinds of Killing Joke, and sure. That Good didn't stuff. Last that long. I mean, I was young, and I went in and out of genres of music, and that one lasted for about a year and a half, and then I ended up leaving their band because I was into something else by that time, so it just influences. I think I covered them pretty well.
So like a lot of us, I mean, you're in bands, you're in music, and then did you kind of, join the working world, and then music kind of took a backseat, and then it came back up, or have you been doing music, straight through all this time?
Well, the writing part of it, pretty much the 80s. Then I got into blues, and I started being like a backing musician, and sort of dropped out of writing as much. And then I moved down to the Bay Area again after being up in Humboldt County, and I joined sort of a pop alternative rock band. And that was where I started writing a lot. And ever since then, I've been, I write a lot, but it's a lot of real bad stuff. I'm hoping, I'm thinking the last few years, I just started to get better at it, but yes, it definitely isn't worth checking out.
Hey, listen, you never know. Something you think might not be that great, other people might disagree with you on. Uh-huh. So do you have any desire to get back into a band and play with other people, or are you pretty much figuring out, hey, I'm going to do the solo thing?
Right now, well, right before the pandemic hit, I was in a band and doing songs I was really, proud of, and we were ready to get out and play, and we had a couple shows lined up, and they both got canceled because it was right at the beginning of the pandemic. And then as time went on, people dropped off, and so it's either me and one other person who helps write the songs. In fact, I should give him credit. This last song, the chord structure, was inspired from something he came up with, and I added the melody and lyrics too. But Stephen Butler is the songwriting partner I'm working with right now, and I'm not sure where things are going to go from here. But I did record an EP this past summer, and I'm hoping to get that out on vinyl. At least I'll have done that at least once.
Yeah. Is that available to stream?
You could listen to it right now. It's not available to sell. I probably will take it off because I know I'm doing the whole process wrong. I think you're supposed to build some kind of build things up before you release. But they're all out on Lawrence Elk, as in Lawrence Welk without the W,
Right.
lawrenceelk.com. You could find the website and find the 5 songs for that EP.
All right. Well, everybody listening tonight, go do that. Let's hear what Wade's all about. Hey, listen, Wade, thank you so much for coming and playing a couple of tunes, and great talking to you. And look forward to seeing you back here.
Yeah, and thank you for everybody at Open Mic America. This is really a great service you do.
Cool.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Wade. You know, it's nice that we get to all get together, and we can certainly thank our founder, Dave, for starting this Open Mic America thing, but it wouldn't be anything without amazing performers like you. And I think we've got just so many awesome people on the roster tonight. I keep saying that, but I'm just excited. I haven't been on the show in a little bit, so it's just exciting to see everybody. But I hope that you're ready for our third performer of the evening. It's going to be Joseph Isaacs from Columbia, Maryland. He's mentioned it before, but Joseph runs the Music Matters Showcase on Zoom on select Saturdays. We will be popping the link to their Facebook page in the YouTube chat. Joseph, take it away.
All right, I'm going to start out with I do pretty much all original songs, and this is one that came from a songwriting prompt, which was Broken Things, and I thought about the art of kintsugi, which is a Japanese art of taking broken pottery and soldering it up with gold. The idea being that the broken things are not things to be ashamed of, but the scars that we have can be highlighted, and our weaknesses can be our strengths. So I thought that was a profound idea, and this song came out of it. I hope you enjoy. Against the wall in anger, the day I pushed you away, left it there, 1,000 pieces, there in the dark to stay. Oh, you broken thing, mistakes I've hidden away, but these precious scars are who we are. So bring them into the light of day. I heard about the art kintsugi, making broken things whole. So I took them shattered pieces, soldered them up with gold. Oh, you broken thing, mistakes I've hidden away, these precious scars are who we are. So bring them into the light of day. Plastic bowls are too perfect, immaculate but fake. perfect. I won't hide myself away. All of these mess ups, all of these tears, in the end, they led me here. All these mistakes, all these scars, embrace them, they're part of who we are. Yoga, pottery, exercise, medication, meditation, therapy, using every tool I can think of to bring out the gold for me. Oh, you broken thing, mistakes I've hidden away. These precious scars are who we are, so bring them into the light.
Very nice song.
Wonderful.
Woo!
Thank you very much.
Touching.
So sweet.
All right, I think for my second one, I'm going to do a very simple song that I wrote. I tend to write songs that are good for me, to play and to remind myself, like that last one, to remind myself, you know what, yeah, I've made mistakes, but that's not something to hide away, and so these songs have morals to them, but I don't feel like I'm preaching to anybody but myself, because I'm learning these things too, and so I tend to do the elephant in the room type of songs, whatever's going on in my life, I tend to write about it, and so this song I wrote is called Balance. Sometimes I just wanna quit. Sometimes I can't get enough of it. Trying to find some balance to my life, but I just can't get it right. Still I won't give up the fight, trying to get some balance to my life. Sometimes I spend too much time on my phone. Sometimes I spend too much time alone, trying to bring some balance to my life. just don't got it quite. Still I won't give up the fight, trying to get some balance to my life. Hey, trying to build a bridge between reality and what could still be. Trying to get some balance to my life, but I just can't get it right. Still I won't give up the fight, gonna get a little balance to my life.
No howling, Joe. You got 'em
I
howling.
like that one. I like that one.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Joe. Oh, hey, that's a great name for a song. I'll have to write a song like that. Hey, man, it is so great to have you here on Open Mic America, and I get to interview you.
I think you look familiar to me a little bit.
I was just checking my. I don't know if the rest of you performers do this, but I have a log of the shows I do and the songs I play. So if you go back on the show, you're not playing the same song. And I went back yesterday into my log, and I saw that I've actually been playing on your open mic for over 2 years.
Awesome. That's awesome.
And, yeah, it is awesome because, hey, I never knew you before this. And I mean, we've never known, all of us have never known any of us, right? That we play on open mics. And that's the silver lining of the pandemic, right? Because that never would have happened. So
you're on the opposite coast from me, but
I know.
Yep, but we've been doing the Music Matter Showcase, like you said, so many times, and I just never tire of it. I never tire of hearing great musicians like you, and I never tire of Open Mic America either. I mean, it's just you're right. It's just a beautiful thing coming out of something tragic. But I think like that we all pool together, and music is a natural place for people to do that. So.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's a really great event. So besides hosting open mics in person online, I also noticed I went on to, your YouTube channel, and you've got tons of original recordings on YouTube, and of course I went all the way back to 2009. And you're playing the park somewhere up on a stage. I mean,
Columbia Lakefront Festival, I think, is the one.
Yeah, it's a major deal, and so you're singing a song. What is it here? It's called the Parking Lot Fight Song.
Oh,
Ice.
Ice.
Yeah, let me just say. So it's a song about a man getting angry over someone taking his parking spot, and he pulls out a gun until a Twilight Zone type incident switches him to the other person's perspective. Mm-hmm. So listen, I've been listening to you play for 2 years now, and I've never heard a song like that. So somewhere along the line, your music, your music writing style changed, right? And I think it got a little more mellow. Mm-hmm. So when did you actually start writing songs, and how has it changed over the years to where you are now with some pretty insightful lyrics and kind of mellow tunes?
Yeah, that is interesting. I do think I had a bit more fiery ones. Back
Angst.
then. Yeah, a little more angst, right? That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, it's not like something I deliberately did, but I've changed. I mean, I have, I've had my scars. I used to actually have some pretty significant. I was probably the guy in the parking lot. I mean, I never actually did that, but I had some significant anger problems for that, impacted me when I was younger. And so I've changed as a person a lot. And I think my music has changed with me. And I think my music played a big role in that. I mean, it wasn't the only. I used, just like I said in the Kintsugi song, I used all those tools I could think of to fix my cracks and to make them better. And, music was definitely been a huge part of that. So,
Have you always been a solo performer? Or
I
were you
actually,
in bands along the way?
I do have a little bit, mostly. I mostly have performed solo. I have a partner in crime when I play live in this area, a guy named Billy J. Carter who plays electric guitar, and he's super good, lead player. So that's always fun. And I've done some other collaborations like that in the past. But I would say, yeah, most of the time I'm a solo musician. I've been running my showcase, the Music Matters Showcase, and so as a host of that. And I actually listen to a lot of folk musicians who play solo. I've heard other people mention David Wilcox on the show. He's like kind of probably my main musical hero, though there's so many great ones out there. It's hard to mention them all, but I like people like that. He's plays solo guitar, and so I guess like that's kind of been a little bit my inspiration too. So I kind of do tend towards playing solo, but I played with bass players, I played with percussionists, I played with a violinist for a bit, and yeah, so different things.
Yeah, and so I of course I originally heard you as just as a performer, singer, and musician, but you also play pretty good instrumental guitar. I mean, some of the bumper music that you do for like open mic, not open mic, but for a Music Matters Showcase. So, are you classically trained, or is that the instrumental kind of stuff? Just you've been fooling around on the guitar and just playing stuff that sounds really nice.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Actually, I just wrote a new instrumental that I just posted on Facebook. That one is based off of Michael Hedges tuning. I was thinking about playing it tonight, but it's a little new and it still needs some polishing. But that one was based off of Michael Hedges tuning. For my instrumental stuff, maybe like Al Petaway, somebody like that has been my influence. I'll just piddle around in all of these open tunings, and they kind of lend themselves a little bit to that type of tinkering. I feel like when you have something like a tuning, like for example, like Dad Gad, you have like Dad Gad stands for like you have 3 of the strings tuned to D, for example.
Right.
So it kind of lends itself to that type of noodling where you can mess around and like the guitar will be a little more forgiving, and then you can find out a little something. Like
it's almost like every note's a good note, right?
Exactly. You just mess around, and because you don't know all the chord names and all that anymore because you're in this different tuning, then it forces you to really listen and to really explore. You can't just go, okay, I'm going to do D, C, and G. You got to, say, okay, well, what sounds good here? And so I have a lot of fun with that. And I think that's also good medicine for my soul to do that type of thing too. This instrumental music has its own type of wisdom and lyrics to it. I think it speaks a lot of introspection and peace a lot of times, for me at least,
Yeah, no, I agree. And that kind of special tuning, especially like Dad Gad, I mean, you get a lot of droning that goes on, right? The strings, and it just sounds good. It just really,
it is. I like it.
I know it really sounds good. Well, listen, thanks for appearing here tonight, and thanks for continuing continuing to hold the virtual open mic Music Matters Showcase, because I know when things opened up, you went live.
Right.
And you're doing it in person, so it's kind of a hybrid now for you, in person and also some weeks online, and that's super important to some of us who can't fly out to Maryland to perform live at
Exactly.
on your venue. But anyway, buddy, great seeing you again, and you sounded great, and look forward to having you come on back.
Thank you, and I've been enjoying all the music, and you guys who run this, like I know you're just champions of for us, and I really appreciate all you do. Tran running sound, and Dave, and everyone. You guys are great. Thank you, Rich.
And let's hear it one more time for Joseph. Another great performance. And you know what? It feels like it's been speeding by so fast. We're already right at the halfway mark, the peak of the show. We've got the middle performer right now who's ready to bring us into the second half, the one and only Paul Hebert from San Jose, California, who wants to shout out the 88 Keys in Morgan Hill, California, which is an open mic on Monday nights.
Thank you. It's great to be back here. It was great. I mentioned 88 Keys because that's the first one that became an in-person open mic again since before the pandemic for me. So it's been great having these online open mics, but I have to tell you, when you're in front of a whole room of people you could actually reach out and touch if you wanted to, it just feels so different. Anyway, I'd like to start out here with a song called Wide Open. And Joe mentioned balance a lot in his last song. This was actually from a songwriting group that I'm working with, where we had a prompt of balance. Where you knocked me from my place, my thoughts all fled wild-eyed. Butterflies beat my insides, oh now I've lost my balance. I'm a captive of your face, imprisoned with the door wide open, wide open. How can you be so many dreams and hopes come true? Look in your eyes and I capsize again. I've lost my balance. I'm enchanted by your face, encircled with the door wide open, wide open. And the years they come and go, oh, I have come to know you are my home. And in all these years I've grown accustomed to the motion, my small boat upon your ocean, and together now we dance. I still love to watch your face, and we keep a home with doors wide open, wide open.
Yeah. Great song. Great song.
Wonderful.
Thank you. That one, the one who keeps my door wide open is my sweetie. She's sitting right over there. This next song is called Me and the Loons. The prompt for the songwriting group was loony, but somehow I went straight to the bird. And this song also was inspired by a little bit of a breakup that someone close to me had. So. I go to the water to clear my head. I'm awash, awake, and a mess. Me, my canoe, and the things that we said. Time alone may be best. The loons call in the wildness, I float in a trance. The lake shimmers under the moon. Their song says belonging's a choice and a chance. We share the moment, me and the loons. Me and the loons. I'm nobody's savior, near drowning myself. I can't carry you past this place. It's breaking my heart to be walking away, leaving you with your demons to face. I know we have changed one another. I don't know what we'll leave in our wake, but I pray there is love in this parting for both of our sakes. Well, the loon's cries far on the water to me, they touch an ache in my heart. So lonesome, beautiful, powerful and free, no hint of regret in their art. The loons call in the wildness, I float in a trance. The lake shimmers under the moon. Their song says belonging's a choice and a chance. We share the moment, me and the loons. Me and the loons. Me and the loons.
Very nice.
Oh, that got me all teary-eyed.
Sorry, what was that?
Got me all teary-eyed.
Oh, well, thank you.
All right. Let's see. There we go. There we go. Hey,
There we
Paul,
are.
how are you doing tonight?
I'm very well.
Yeah, listen.
I feel that same nervousness that everybody gets just before it happens, and then you start singing and it sort of eases, and then it
Yeah.
comes to this and I get nervous again.
Yeah, isn't that funny how I guess it's just like anything else. You know, you have to give a speech and you're nervous, right? In business, and then you start giving the speech and it just kind of rolls out. No, I really enjoyed your songs tonight. You have this very nice folk ballad kind of style. Plus, hey, and don't think I didn't notice that high note you hit at the end of that last song. I mean, that's not everybody can reach up that high and still make it sound nice. So,
Thank you.
I tried to find some information about you online, and I wandered around, and finally I came across your YouTube presence. Paul Hebert Sings, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And so you got a number of songs up there. But before I go into what I want to talk about there, listening to your songs, a lot of them are kind of like storytelling, based on not what a great day it is today, but on people and things. And I know there was one about neighbors sweeping. There was another business partner's mom had passed away. The boy in the picture, that thing. Is that how most of your songs come about? Everyday happenings, and then you kind of move into a song on it.
Yeah. It's funny because in my youth, I'm playing guitar since I was in high school. Not that my talent necessarily grew 60 years worth, but the songwriting, I only did a handful of them in the first 50 some years. And then I took some classes more recently, and I'm retired, and I have this opportunity to use my time a different way. And I got involved with songwriting group. Actually, I went to a folk music camp Cozy Sheridan puts on. I don't know if that name is familiar, but one of the other students in the class so liked a songwriting exercise we did. She said, "Does anybody want to do this every week?" And I raised my hand. And so we write something every week.
Wow.
And if you do that, a couple of them are going to be good.
Sure. Yeah.
But coming back to your question, the material that touches me most is what I want to write about. So whatever the prompt was loony, at first when I heard that, at the end of our session, like next week we're going to write about loony, I thought, okay, this is going to be a cartoon song.
Yeah, Bugs Bunny.
And
That's all.
I got this instead, and it was just because the word triggered something, and I was aware of this breakup going on, and so that's what came out. And some of the songs, they surprised me, and so I can't say that I'm exactly an intentional writer every time. Instead, I sit down and I play with the word, and then something comes out, and it's going to be from people I know or things I've experienced.
So, if I heard you correctly, you say you get together once a week and you write a song.
Mm-hmm. Well, so we get together once a week and share what we wrote the week before.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then at the end of the session, we say, what shall we use as a prompt next week? And somebody just, people start popcorning things, and eventually one of them sticks, and we go, all right, that's it. And then we go away, and we got to come back next week with a song that's got that in it somehow.
So you do every week. You're writing a song because you don't want to show up and say, "Gee, I'm sorry, I had to watch TV last night. I couldn't write my song."
Well, sometimes I did watch TV, and then I write the song that morning.
About the TV program?
But not necessarily, but it's been in me percolating the whole week. That's what I like to tell them. But it has been, I'm sorry, just a great trigger for me to have that group that holds me accountable to write something. And if I show up and say, I got this little tiny fragment, everybody's like, that's cool, we'll take it.
Interesting. Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, it's always good when we have something that forces us to get creative, right? Other than just sit back and, watch TV. So yeah, I noticed on your YouTube, I think that's my phone number, on your YouTube that you had like 10 songs. I think it was 10 songs that you posted about a year ago. Right? And then nothing since then. So so what happened?
Okay. Well, so posting and publishing was never in my mind. I actually my mom's 91 years old and on the other side of the country. And so I told her one time, I'm going to go ahead and create a way for you to listen to some of the songs I've written. And so I pushed them up there. And the fact that you found them makes me nervous. But I continue to write, and I listened to the others, people who sang before me talking about, having releases and things. And I think, oh, I wonder what that would be like. But my reason for writing is not so much because I need to have anything published.
No. But it's so great nowadays, the year 2023, where you can very easily record your own songs with multiple tracks in your own, in your own office, right? So,
right.
If you get to that point, then go for it. Because I'll tell you, I enjoyed listening to your songs on YouTube, and others would as well. Just finally, so you're in the South Bay, right? San Jose, Santa Clara County, right. And you play open mics. Do you also play sets in other venues?
No, at this point, all I play is open mics and here in my living room.
Well, if that works, that's great. Hey, listen,
So far, so good.
it's so far so good. And I will say, I also saw a picture of you riding a unicycle. Correct?
You did see that.
I did see that. So now you need to ride the unicycle and play the guitar, and what a
You'll never see that.
all right, okay. Well, never say never. All right, Paul.
No, I like the guitars too much for that.
Right. Paul, thank you so much for playing a couple songs for us tonight, and we look forward to having you back. Take care.
Thank you.
Rich finding everyone's secrets tonight. A great interview. Get ready, everybody, because it's coming to you next. And next up is actually going to be the Hewitt Family Band from Brookhaven, Mississippi. And they want to shout out the Brookhaven Music Studios, which is actually run by Tyler, who's someone who's going to be playing on this show later in the year. But that actually kind of started off because of Open Mic America. So we're responding more things. It's wonderful.
Yep.
We
More. Yeah.
I loved enjoy's song about mansplaining. I always thought, womansplaining. I always thought that with women that had to talk real slow so men would understand. But I could be wrong about that. I'm not sure. So this is a song that I wrote with my writing partner who writes about a third of the things I do. His name is Jeff Huffman Jr. He's from Macomb, Mississippi. And it's about Mississippi. Mississippi gets such a bad rap nationally. Most of it we bring it on ourselves, but this has some of the good things.
There are a lot of good things in Mississippi.
There's a couple of them. All right, here we go. 2, 3, 4. It's called Down in Mississippi. 3, 4. Somewhere deep in Mississippi, where the ant beds touch the sky, kudzu covers everything you can freeze, then you fry. Somewhere down in Mississippi, where the blues clubs dot the land, Elvis Bo Diddley and Robert Johnson playing in that heavenly band. Somewhere down in Mississippi, alligators can be seen, country stores on old dirt road where the good old boys convene. Somewhere deep in Mississippi, catfish cooking in the grease, family reunions, fresh cut lawns, children playing in the street. Somewhere deep in Mississippi, I was born and I will die, where the white cotton fields of the Delta touch a bright blue southern sky. Somewhere down in Mississippi, you can hear those church bells ring. It's revival time, dinner on the grounds, listening to those choirs sing. Somewhere down in Mississippi, there used to be moonshine stills, and now you can drink in a downtown bar from Gulfport to Coffeeville. Somewhere down in Mississippi, when I was a boy, stealing watermelons on a Saturday night, then Sunday praising the Lord. Somewhere deep in Mississippi, I was born and I will die, where the white cotton fields of the Delta touch a bright blue southern sky. Where the bright cotton fields of the Delta touch a bright blue southern sky. Thank you very much.
Very nice.
Rich, love your t-shirt. Libby's going to do a song by herself here and play on the auto harp. And I have a theory that you're trying to get your song title, like we sang a song last time on here called Jesus, Elvis, and Marilyn Monroe. And anybody that saw that song title, I think, would just want to hear that song. And so she wrote this really nice song that we sang at that circle we talked about earlier. And she originally called it When Will I? And she has one little part there where she says, and I kind of talked her into changing the title to When the Silence of My Tears, which I thought was a little better title. So this is Libby playing and singing The Silence of My Tears.
Okay, so, we're gonna change my settings here. I'm sorry about that. Couldn't see all of it. When will I see your face again? Will your loving eyes meet mine? My memory fades, your features dim, too long apart. The future looks grim. When will I hear your voice again? When will teasing calling out my name? If I could hear you now, lips close to my ears, your gentle voice breaking the silence of my tears. How did we grow so far apart? How did our love change to ugly words and scenes? Tell me now, is this what true love really means? Where is that touch that I yearn for? Where is that love that we once had? Where are those words of kindness that always kept me from feeling so sad? How did we grow so far apart? How did our love change to ugly words and scenes? Tell me now, is this what true love really means? Now I'm lost out in the world, no song in my heart, no joy in my soul, just existing, trying not to fall apart, just existing, trying not to fall apart.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Very nice. I like that song.
Technical difficulty there, getting the eyes and the fingers and the instrument to work together. But
All right, Rich, take your best shot.
All right. Hey, listen. Hey, Charlie, by the way, love your t-shirt. Hey, listen. And may I just say this, Charlie, just between you and me, on the side here, Valentine's Day is coming up, and I haven't seen Libby in a, Open Mic America t-shirt. So, huh? Yeah, I'm just saying, listen, it's up to you. Whatever keeps your marriage together, that's all. Hey, listen, this is another a repeat pleasure for me to interview you guys. You're my favorite husband and wife team from Mississippi. But I got to tell you something. So I went looking on YouTube, of course, as I do, to try to find some try to find some information on people. And I came across this. It looked like, and I've done this before, right? But this one popped up. It was your day in the life video trailer. You know which one I'm talking about? It looked almost like a movie.
Collage, like a collage thing.
Oh, it's more the
Facebook
collage thing. It looked like a preview for a movie. I encourage everybody to go see it. It's very, very well done. Had some great pictures of you guys up on the stage, performing and stuff. I just had to mention it because I had to watch it 2 or 3 times. I said, God, these guys have a movie? Did they have a movie come out? Anyway, I was speechless.
Yeah, the machine puts that together, but we have no secrets, and we do have a pretty active life, So there are lots of things on there.
There are. So let me get into it. So Charlie, you write so many songs. So I'm looking at your and you post on YouTube. I'm looking at your posts, right? So on February 3rd, you had "Wanna Go Around in Circles." On January 30th, you had "When I Get to Heaven." "Smarter Man" on 126. "Waiting for Love," I think, was also on 126. A couple of questions. How do you find the time to do it? I mean, I don't know about you and some of these other people, but it takes me a while to write a song. I mean, it rolls around in my head for a while, and then you play around the lyrics, and those don't work. So what's a typical songwriting for you? I mean, do you sit down in the morning and by the end of the day it's done?
Every morning. Then he has a leg up because he has this friend who sometimes sends him the lyrics. So he starts with the lyrics.
Well, that song that I sang tonight, and this guy doesn't sing, doesn't play any instruments, he just writes lyrics. And he writes and says da 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 da. It's almost got a melody. The words almost just jump out at me sometimes. It's just scary.
He is the Bernie
We've never
Taupin
met, we've never talked on the phone, nothing. I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to see him. I want his lyrics.
That's crazy. I mean, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
we've probably done we've been doing it about 4 or 5 years. We do it at least one a week. It ends up to be about 75 or 80 a year.
That's crazy.
What it ends up to be.
Yeah.
But then he uses his own lyrics too, so I have to be careful what I say. Because I may hear it on YouTube as a song.
Yeah, you will. I understand.
I think I said this before, but the hardest part
pain.
for me about writing a song is getting a good idea,
Right.
Once I get a good idea, everything just seems to flow out. I don't understand. But I don't do anything else. And I'm free. Like I say, I'm free to the rapture. I don't have anything to do. So that's all I do.
Well, okay, then keep those songs coming, man.
Yeah.
So I want to focus now on Libby, and I had a question down here to even before you sang that song all by yourself. I don't know how you were able to keep Charlie quiet, but you did. Very, very nice song, and so. So you play the auto harp, and I know it's that super duper electronic microprocessor controlled extra memory auto harp that you have. That sounds really great. So, what is your musical background?
Oh, well, I started reading music when I started reading words in the first grade.
Oh, Lord.
So I played piano.
Go ahead, continue. Charlie, be quiet.
Music is life to me, and took piano lessons on up through college. In fact, this is trivia. My first husband and I were not only husband and wife, we were brother and sister because I was a Sigma Alpha Iota and he was a Phi Mu Alpha.
I'm so glad you gave us the extra detail, Libby. Continue.
Yeah. I love all those ex-husband stories.
But mainly I have always been, the little singer in the choir, sing a little solo every now and then. But my mother was musical to some degree without any real training, but the piano was the mainstay, this huge upright piano. It was the mainstay of our home. I have 3 little sisters. We all took the lessons. We love it. And I like writing, mostly prose, but I do write poetry. So in the last 20 or so years, I've started writing a few songs. And last week, a friend of mine gave me the heads up on an app where I can write the music more easily rather than having to write it down all manually on note paper, which is, tough.
Does it do that by hearing it, or do you have to kind of type it in, still have to type something
I've not
out?
really played with it enough. I'll have to give you a report once
All right.
really experiment. But yeah, I just,
Well, then about your other stuff.
well,
Your
and
New
I
York
participate in more than, well, we have an active musical community around here, and we have a group, our Lincoln County Choral Society, made up of anywhere from 20 to 40 people who want to do more than Sunday morning choir. And so a group of us combined with 300 or so other people and sang in Carnegie Hall a couple of times.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mozart's Requiem in Latin, and things like that.
Huh.
So that's where I feel more comfortable, really.
Well, I tell you what, but you sound great with Charlie. The two of you sound so good together, and not only of course you harmonize, but the different instruments, right? You on that auto harp, and Charlie on his guitar.
Well, we've managed to kind of make a sound for ourselves, and I love to do harmony. That's what I think in harmony now. It is hard for me to sing a solo because I think in harmony, and just melody seems so one-dimensional.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, it sounds great. So, have you two ever come out with a CD?
Oh yeah.
Have you?
Well,
Okay.
I'm kind of like, vocals by,
You didn't do good research there because I've got 4 on there.
Yeah, Charlie's got theirs,
Shame
and I'm
on
just
me,
on
Charlie.
the credits,
And they're available for sale.
Sure.
All right. Okay.
I've got one whole little short EP with just songs me and Jeps that they wrote. Which are pretty good little songs. But
Okay.
If I can come up with the money, I may record one, but I have different musical ideas even from the guy that produces Charlie's music, because I'm going to want a lot more control than Charlie does, and a lot more instrumentation.
Well, hey,
We'll see how that goes.
I wish you a lot of luck, and I love hearing you guys. I like it when you come on here and perform. One of these days, I'm going to get to Mississippi. I'm going to see you guys on a live show.
well, come on
Right, yeah, come on down anytime.
down. Get your
All
car
right.
rock. Come on down. Get your.
All right. I appreciate it. Okay, guys. Have a good evening. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank everybody.
Yeah, and thank you, Hewitt Family Band. Another awesome performance tonight. And we're going to go from one band to another. This one's a little bit bigger, and you're going to hear exactly what they sound like. It's According to Bazooka from Davis, California. They want to shout out the Performers Circle in Davis. Are you all ready?
Uh-huh.
All right, here we go.
1, 2, 1, 2, 4.
Yay!
That's just a great energy.
The song is called Zelda.
Fiddle player looks familiar.
And now we're going to do a little thing called rhythm. One word.
They're leaving us in suspense.
Oh man! At first, I thought it was only me.
Maybe somebody hit the stop video button.
Maybe this has got a long intro.
Maybe. According to Bazooka, I don't know if you can hear us, but you've disappeared. Hopefully, we'll see you soon.
Oh, I tell you, I was never so happy to hear your voice because I was having problems with Comcast earlier, and but it looks like it's them.
We've passed it on. It jumped from you to according to Bazooka.
Oh no. Well, what do you suppose we ought to do? Should we go on to Glenn?
Give them a minute. Let them reboot. They're
Gotcha.
all
Okay.
played.
Yeah. The real question is will they notice now or will they not notice until the end of the song that they're performing and it's sounding amazing?
Well, remember when they come back on and they just finish the song, we just applaud
Everyone
like crazy.
just super excited. They'll never know. They'll never know.
When they come back on, make a point of saying that the violin is not being heard at all. Do something not making a joke about it. To have Daphne move into a more favorable place.
Oh, okay. You're serious? Oh,
We won't
okay.
like that.
If we wanted to be mean, we could say the violin was not quite in tune, you know.
Oh, that's Daphne would want her violin to be heard, believe me.
Yes, yes.
Okay, they'll be back in a minute. Let's just chill out for a minute here and we'll
All right.
wait. It's not, we're not going to die.
Yeah. That's
No,
the
the
joy of
balloon's been shot
performing
down.
live is getting to hang out with everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, Dave, maybe you'd like to pull one of those guitars off the wall and play us a song.
No, now you got an idea.
Hey, I will mention, Charlie and Libby, your camera is very clear. Your picture's very clear this time. Did you get a new camera or better lights?
No, it's same
Same
iPad.
lighting setup,
Oh.
same iPad, same everything. I don't
Same fire.
know.
You guys are looking good.
Well, thank you. Yeah, just cyber gremlins attack sometimes,
Yeah.
and then sometimes they let it roll.
You know what we can use this time for? A nice little merch plug because I love the shirt that you've got on, Rich, and I love your shirt, Charlie.
Charlie, yeah.
Where on earth did you get them?
Well, Charlie and I shop at the same store, same Goodwill shop.
I'm telling you, this is the thickest, best T-shirt I think I've ever had.
It is.
Most
It
T-shirts
really
are
is.
flimsy material.
So
This is
viewers
heavy duty.
watching,
This is
viewers,
warehouse.
viewers watching now, go to the Open Mic America website, and you can scroll down, or it's down at the bottom, where you can buy merch, and you can get a shirt. You can make this logo as little or as big as you want. And
You got a girl coming on from here, from Brookhaven, Montana, Beeson, and I bought her one to wear, which she's on. I think she's in late March or early April,
there you go.
so she'll have her a shirt.
Yeah, you're right.
Same program.
It's a really good shirt. I mean,
It
is.
is.
Yeah.
I just tried to call Daphne. She didn't answer. So why don't we go ahead and queue up Eric?
Glenn, I think Glenn's next,
Oh, Glenn?
right? Is he there? If not Glenn, then
Glenn?
Eric.
What Glenn?
Yeah, I think it's Eric next. Eric next.
Oh, is Glenn not on tonight?
Let's see.
No, Glenn had to cancel.
I'm on the tail of the dog. I'm last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get
I'll
Eric
wait my
going,
turn.
guys.
I'll wait my turn.
Oh.
He wants that what do they call it? He wants that anchor spot.
Oh, he does.
Oh yeah.
Listen,
I want to own that.
I've never heard this guy play before, but I've heard him talk about himself, and he's supposed to be really good. No, yeah. What's it called? Not full confession. What? Full disclosure, I know Eric. He's a wombat.
I'm looking at the YouTube chat now, and I agree with you, Ellis. Sometimes Zoom sometimes doesn't. Zoom sometimes doesn't. Mm-hmm. And we'll check when they get back on, Marka, if their original sound is on. That's a great, almost like an inside joke for the Zoom open mics. Is your original sound on?
Probably need to move ahead.
All
right. Well, Eric, you're getting moved to the front. According to Bazooka, will arrive shortly. But for now, please welcome to the stage Eric Ackerman from Bainbridge Island, Washington. And his open mic is this open mic, the best one. And here he is.
Let me. Am I unmuted?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. Wow. Very wonderful performances. First and foremost, I just want to say to everybody, you're wonderful. You're outstanding. You know, I haven't played one of these before. I'm not very good at the online performance side of things, but I got to say, when you get around other songwriters, you always feel like that painter in a room full of painters. So you get that little clammy ham thing going. But I'm greatly impressed, and I'm also very grateful to be here. So thank you, Rich, and team at large. All right.
Hello.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, are you?
Oh,
So you're kaput?
Hold on a minute. He's moved. Go ahead.
They really should get their second song. They were wonderful.
We'll make sure they do.
Are we waiting for them?
Nah, the stage is yours.
Excuse me. Daphna, I talked to Daphna, and they're off the internet. They can't get back on. They're trying, so we'll assume that they're not going to make it. So go ahead, Eric.
All right. Thank you. Mississippi John taught us all, no matter who you are, just learn to play the guitar, find a song to sing. Sing about love, sing about friends, of life, anything. There's a little bit of music in us all. Learn to play the guitar. Don't worry about Carnegie Hall. Sing it soft, sing it loud, alone in front of a crowd. Ain't nothing sweeter than the guitar sound. Let that music take you where you ain't never been. R&B, country blues, finger picking them blue suede shoes. Won't you learn to play the guitar and write a song to sing? Sing it high, sing it low, find your voice and let it go. When you do what you love, you can do no wrong. Mississippi John, he taught us we all gotta find our song. It's in there.
Nice. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So interesting, the couple from Mississippi, they had two words that I picked up on. One is Mississippi and Carnegie Hall. So wonderful. Good for you.
We must be on the same wavelength, kind of. But you can forget those clammy hands. You got it.
Oh, God. Well, they are a little sticky and they are a little clammy. But that's okay. We're in the Pacific Northwest. We take a little pride in our oysters and clams. So here we go. Here's a little song I wrote in Europe. Two, three, four. It's been a few years looking back when we first met. A seaside town where they serve sweet wine I can't forget. And the smile you wore that I still adore brought us together. Forgive me? Seriously. Let's try that again. Let's get down to it. Well, it's been a few years looking back when we first met. A seaside town where they serve sweet wine I can't forget. And the smile you wore that I still adore brought us together. Days like those are the days that live forever. Yeah, we fell in love in the north of Spain, I remember. We fell in love on the coast, as I recall. One thing I've learned in this life, love owns us all. Love owns us all. Love owns us all. Days are long and the years go fast, it seems. Some lovers hang on and others can just barely breathe. Yeah, but truth be told, good love never grows old. Might take a few times, but when it's right, it'll soothe your soul. And we fell in love in the north of Spain, I remember. Yeah, we fell in love on the coast, as I recall. And if there's one thing I've learned in this life, love owns us all. Love owns us all. It does. Love owns us all. Love owns us all.
Yeah. Oh,
All right. Okay. Let's see.
Bring it, Rich.
Break.
Go ahead.
So you live on Bainbridge Island. Where is Bainbridge Island? Oh,
I'm hiding and healing. This is the place you go.
yeah, that's right. We all are.
True.
We all are here on Bainbridge Island.
Some form.
So, okay. Yeah, full disclosure. Eric lives on the other side of the island. So, Eric, you were born in Europe. You come over here as a kid to the United States, and you're listening to all this great music that's on the charts, and like the rest of us, Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Santana, Jefferson Airplane. You also threw a little country in there with Johnny Cash and Hank Williams. Right. So when you're growing up, you learn, correct me if I'm wrong, you learn the flute, you learn the sax, the clarinets, and the drums, and then all of a sudden you learn the guitar. So tell me about that. Why did you, and when was it? When did you actually pick up the guitar for the first time?
Yeah, 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Yes.
But before that, of course, you played drums. You're in some country and western bands and stuff, right, in Southern California. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, I studied flute, classical music, as a teenager. With that misspent youth of mine, I couldn't focus and stay with the discipline associated with that genre. That art form is really challenging, and it demands focus, right? So I went to go live in Europe back with family again, and I have uncles who I worked at a gas station in Germany. And then I went down to the south of France. One of my uncles is a composer for ECM Records. And so I would spend time with him, and I'd go to Paris and go hear various avant-garde jazz shows. And I got exposed to the whole jazz scene of that as a teenager. And then I came back, went in the military for 6 years, got out of that, finished college, went to work for 25 years. You know that story, back in the Valley and Bay Area.
Oh, yeah.
And then I forgot that I played the drums in high school as well as the flute, saxophone, and clarinet, because I used to play in Mexican big bands and do weddings down in San Jose, which was just completely awesome.
Nice gig.
It was a load of fun. Oh, yeah, phenomenal. It's the good old days, right? And then one time we were in Southern California, my wife and I were at a fundraiser, and she bought me lessons with a guy who said, I can teach you how to play a song in the first session. And he did, and I was completely hooked. And I know I can appreciate that everyone who is listening right now has probably felt that same thing, where you touch this magical instrument and all that just wonderful sorcery and juice comes out of this thing and inspires you to just go a little further and a little further and a little further all the time.
Wow. Yeah.
I hope I answered your question. What was your question?
Yeah, about the guitar. The rest is history. So, I mean, yes, you pretty much mastered the guitar, and you did a lot of gigging in. Well, you are the gig meister, and so
I love to gig.
Yeah, and you did that over in Europe, right? I mean, many of us have not had the opportunity to gig over in Europe. And how's that different from playing over here in the States?
Yeah, just pre-COVID, I did a tour through Germany and Italy and played a house concert in Switzerland. Yeah, what is it like over there? Well, I'll tell you, for anyone who's traveled overseas to have an opportunity to play, be it in Europe or Asia or so, the one thing is the audience are very artist-friendly, if you will. They lean in. They really lean in. They want it. They want the legitimacy of it, the experience. They're very respectful. They're very generous, not just pay-wise, but with their time and to making it a very comfortable environment for you to perform. I think also what really works over there, it's a culture that is very art-friendly. So the expectation of someone who plays guitar to go over there is not to be a cover musician. It's to actually stand on your own legs with your material. That is absolutely first and foremost.
Interesting. Yeah, interesting. So when you come up with your songs, I know I've heard some of your songs, including the ones tonight. You utilize a lot of special chords that someone simple like me doesn't use. So when you create a song, and do you do the chord progression? Does that come first, and then you work up the words and maybe a little tune to it, or is it the tune that you come up with and then you work up the chord progression?
Yeah, I look at it three ways. One is sometimes you get a melody, be it you're doing something, blowing the leaves off the roof of the house, and all of a sudden you say, whoa, you start repeating a line, and you say, I wonder if I can put some legs under that with a couple of chords. And you try and find the key of it, and you do, and you go, it's a D song. And then you go with it a little further, and then the lyrics flow out a little bit more. Then there's other times where you're just playing a couple of things on the guitar. You're just doing this little, and then maybe an F sharp minor 7 comes out. And sometimes you follow it through the music, and then the lyrics pour out if you feel that, if you get that sensation of the combination coming through between the instrument and those wonderful chords you can come up with, and then all of a sudden you got lyrics behind it. You got to let your imagination just kind of embrace what's coming and let that flow come out. No judgment. Don't be hard on yourself. Just let it come on out.
Cool. And I also want to mention too that you were featured on NPR. There's an NPR station out of the Midwest that featured some of your work.
That's right. That was in, of all places, what was that? South Dakota. There's a great program, though. It's a really rock solid program. It's broadcast within the Midwest, so that would go all the way down to Louisiana and up through Chicago and over, I believe, to Kansas and Michigan.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Cool.
Great opportunity.
And you've had 1 or 2 CDs out. Anything in the works for 2023 as far as CD?
Number three. Yep.
All right.
I'm still working on that CD. I came up with finally the name for it. Here it goes. Imperfection at its best. What do you think?
I'd go with it. Okay. For now, it's a working title, right? It's a working title.
No, the songs are ready. I just need to get some time in the studio. And as all of us experienced through COVID, it was 2.5 years of it just wasn't happening. No connection with people, no traveling, no studio time, no tours, no nothing.
Yep. All right. Well, listen, thanks for coming. Thanks for playing. We expect you to come back. We expect you to come back and sign up for another night. All right.
All right. Let's do it. Thank you. Thank you for having me. It was great, Rich. Real pleasure.
Yes. And thank you so much, Eric. That was awesome. And thanks for being so ready to just jump in place. And I would say that that's our show, but you know what? They're back. It's back. According to Bazooka. They made it
back. One moment. Can we get a little more violin volume? We could barely hear the violin.
Little bit more violin volume. Where are you?
She has control over that.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, I remind you, we're going to do a song called Rhythm. Sometimes when we play this song, all of a sudden the world comes to an end. Hopefully that won't happen this time.
Thank you.
Rhythm.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ever since the world began, people love to sing and clap their hands. They're digging that rhythm. You gotta have rhythm in that day. Well, I told my dad when I was 3, I know what my future's gonna be. I'll be digging that rhythm. Give me some rhythm every day. Yeah. Cause rhythm is your friend. It's gonna take your blues away. That's what I say. Street, around the bend, it's down the block, and when it's back again, let me take that rhythm. Give me some rhythm every day. So if you find you're feeling blue and you don't know just what you ought to do, pick that rhythm. Give me that rhythm every day. Yeah, yeah. Cause rhythm is your friend. It's gonna take your blues away. When I say, bring it out. I can feel it. Come Ever since the world began, people love to sing and clap their hands and digging that rhythm. Digging that rhythm every day. Yeah. Cause rhythm is your friend. It's gonna take the blues away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, give me that bass. Wow. Gotta dig that rhythm. Gotta have rhythm every day. Gotta have that rhythm. You know that's what I say. Gotta have that rhythm. Gotta have rhythm every day. You gotta dig that rhythm. You know that's what I say. Cause rhythm is your friend. He's gonna take those blues, those nasty old blues. Take them away, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like that.
Yeah. Great comeback.
Wonderful.
Great comeback. All right. Hello, according to Bazooka. How are you guys doing now that you're back on the air?
I need air.
I'm so glad you guys came back. First, let me start off by saying, I am a huge fan of your sound. It is fun. It's the way I can just describe it. And it's kind of funny because if I think of myself a million years ago, as a teenager and a young adult, I wouldn't listen to that music. But now it is so great. I think you just mature in your musical taste. Really great. So I do have to ask. So your name is according to Bazooka, and I understand it was because you had a bazooki in the group. I don't see a bazooki. I'm sorry. I'm looking. I see an electric guitar.
I traded it in.
Okay. Well, nice trade. Okay. I had to ask that question.
They said, give me one of these for one of those. And so I said, okay.
Yeah. So um, how did you guys start? How did you all come together? I mean, were you in this kind of genre to begin with, and you all came together, or maybe some of you were, I gotta guess the guitar player. Are you Richard? Is that your name?
Yes.
Okay. So Richard, were you like, did you come up through rock bands and stuff, blues bands and stuff over the years?
Well, just kind of dance party, cover songs, and although all along the way, historically, if you were to follow me in the encyclopedia, I was doing original songs way from the beginning, just not all the time. Now we just do that exclusively here in Bazooka Land.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's really great stuff. So, how did your music take shape? It's all original. So, do you or a few of the others or whatever kind of float up a song and let's try this, and you kind of fill in and try out different parts?
I write the songs and then I bring it to the band and then we change the song.
But that's the way it's supposed to be, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Everybody throws their little bit in on it.
They all have their own ideas, and I have to control them.
That's what he says, right?
Yeah.
The rest of the band, that's what he says. That's what he thinks.
That's what I like to think. At least my version.
Yeah. And so the accordion, I do have to. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I love the sound of the accordion in band. And there's some alt rock bands too, some that are up and down the charts that also throw an accordion in every once in a while, or a mandolin, and that accordion really adds a lot to it. So, the accordion player, you are. Hold on a minute. I've got your names here. Are you Renee?
Yeah, I'm Renee.
Okay, so Renee, I mean, what did you learn the accordion as a kid and say, why do I have to learn this? And
no, I was I was 5 years old and I told my parents I wanted a piano, and they went out and got an old upright piano, and I just had this idea I wanted to play piano. Now the accordion came much later when Richard and I were doing some, playing some coffee house kind of things, and I wanted a piano that was just little and portable. So I thought I'll play the accordion. So it just came up that way, and then I loved it. So I just adore the accordion now.
I think you're the first person I know that's ever got the accordion for themselves.
Yeah, it didn't occur to me.
Yeah,
to get an accordion early on. I don't even know where I got the idea for piano, but I wanted it.
And now she has lots of accordions.
Now I have lots of accordions.
Right. Are you kidding me? You're like a guitar player. Lots of guitars.
I want more accordions.
Yeah, no, it really sounds great. So you guys do all original stuff, and how would you kind of split the music up? I mean, do you still kind of have bluesy songs, or is it a lot of just kind of swing kind of stuff, or they're all kind of upbeat?
We have influences. There are influences, and so all we got to do is kind of go, well, what's the road this song is going to be influenced by? So that last song, maybe a little bit of Bob Wills in there.
Yeah.
Kind of a feel there, but not necessarily following that tradition, just influenced by. So we have a blues influence, but we're not actually doing blues songs. We typically just do something that might be blues influenced.
Gotcha.
We have T-shirts that say we were influenced.
Do you really?
No.
Oh, okay.
But the interview might believe anything you say.
Yeah, I know. And where would someone find those we were influenced T-shirts?
On our webpage there.
Yeah, right.
Got mugs and bubblegum cards.
Yeah.
I've been influenced.
So you guys, I was reading about you guys too. So, I know a lot of people over the last few years have, entered the NPR Tiny Desk Contest. But you guys actually entered it, and in their site includes one of your videos?
Oh, yeah. They I think anyone who enters can have their video included. So yes, we do it every year since I think 2018 we started entering the contest.
I can't. And you guys haven't won
Maybe it
yet?
was 17, yeah. I don't know. What was that?
And you guys haven't won yet? I mean, you should win that contest.
Well, we enjoy doing it, and we've had some, local people from Davis get, recognized and things, and we got invited to an event that was going to be in Sacramento, but then it all switched around, so it was like we were this close.
We're winners in our own minds.
We're winners.
Oh, you guys are great. So
we just see what happens. We're happy no matter what.
So let me ask now, because I mean, you guys are the whole thing here. Are you planning any tours, up and down the state?
We're going to take a big tour to San Jose coming up pretty soon.
I saw that on your schedule. Yeah, I'm sure Daphne.
That's right.
Daphne is very happy
Touring
about
Daphne,
that.
yeah, Daphne influenced us there. We were influenced by Daphne.
Yeah, watch out! Yeah. Don't let her book too many gigs down there.
She started rolling with that.
Yeah. Well, listen. It was great hearing you guys. We're so happy. I mean, we were kind of freaking out there when you guys disappeared from view.
What about us?
Yeah, well, we were afraid that you were going to keep on playing, right?
Yeah,
we did.
Yeah, we did. We did, yeah, just in case it was coming through and we didn't realize it. But yeah, it took us a bit, but it connected again.
Yeah. Did you think something was wrong when you finished the song and no one clapped?
That happens a lot.
I don't believe that. All right. Well, listen, guys, thank you so much. It was a pleasure hearing you play, and please come back again.
Of course. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Accordion Bazooka. We are glad that you came back, and it's just been one wild night. That's the joy of doing things live. There's no editing, there's no fancy tricks to make it run smoothly. This is just the real deal, and it is a joy every time. I wanted to give a big thank you to all of our performers tonight: Wade, Joseph, M. Joy, According to Bazooka, Charlie and Libby, Eric and Paul. It has been such a joy listening to all of your talent tonight. It's been incredible. And of course, thank you to the other members of the crew tonight. TK, excellent job with all of the tech. And Rich, thank you for amazing interviews. And Dave, we're always glad when you're here and you get to help make sure that everybody's where they need to be. And of course, a big thank you to everyone who's watching out there on the live stream. Thank you so much. And if you liked the show tonight, if you enjoy Open Mic America, please spread the word. The best way to do that is to just talk to people, let them know. You can do that in front of people in real life. You can do it through social media. We have a Twitter and an Instagram, Open Mic America. There's also a Facebook group called Open Mic America Music Show. And of course, you've seen our lovely merch, our lovely t-shirts that you can get in the green room section of the website, where you can also print out posters if you feel like hanging that up somewhere around your town to just spread the word. But the most important thing, if you take away nothing else tonight, is you should check out your local open mics. There are amazing performers at every one of them, no matter where you are in the country, in the world. And if you feel like you want to check out any of the open mics that have been mentioned tonight, we're going to have those all listed under the local open mics tab on our website. We'll also have links to all of the performers' work websites and works down there on the website too. That's going to be www.openmicamerica.com. Check it out. But we won't keep you waiting too long for another one, because our next Open Mic America is going to happen on February 12th. It's going to be hosted by Capo Dave and Alice and tech by Robert. You'll have to stay tuned for the next full lineup. Where will it be? You already know, openmicamerica.com. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. And thank you so much to our performers. Good night, America.
If you meet me at the corner of Russell and Albina, just about a block from Mississippi Avenue, I'll take you to a house where they hang carpets on the wall. And if we go there on a Sunday, there's a song I'll take you through.
Okay.